Hey folks, how you doing? Let's take a look, or let's just run through updating the product catalog page, some of the things I could suggest you do. Um, Now the product catalog page, it sort of goes hand in hand with the uh, product details page. So if I just jump into Dreamweaver here for a second, we have the catalog page and we have a single product details page. Now, each item in your catalog, if you hover over it, has the add to cart or the click here for details. If you click that, it actually brings you to the product details page here. Problem is, we only have one product details page, so you'll need to create a copy of this page for each item in your catalog if you want to use a product details page whatsoever. You don't need to. I'll actually show you how to remove those links. So the user would just simply use the PayPal or add to cart button right here and forego the whole boom. So if you don't need a details page, you don't need it, you get rid of it. Now, with that said, what are we going to update? Well, we'll change the picture. We'll create a new product details page and we'll link to that using these two links here. Product name we need to change. We'll need to update the button right here. Now, I'm not going to suggest you do this using the existing form button code. I'm going to show you where to go and provide a link to the PayPal button site. They have a generator. Generate your own button, copy the form code, and I'll show you where to paste it. The reason being is PayPal is always updating things, and by the time you get this, I mean, it's possible the button code may change in the next few weeks or months or even years. However, if you just go right to the PayPal site and create your own button, you have a lot more flexibility. In here, we have an example of a drop menu, which you may or may not need, right? Create a button without one. You may want to add more options. You may want to add tax or shipping and things like that. Creating your own buttons allow you to do that. So we'll show you how to replace the add to cart button with a new button from PayPal. And then we have the little prices down here. Well, we have a sort of a was and then a sale price. If you don't want that, we'll just show you how to update that so you can just display one price or how to modify what's there already. And in this case, one of the things I suggest oftentimes is when you're working with images in a website, try to use an image that fits the available space as best possible. And there are certain situations where you may want to use a larger image, have it sort of have the HTML or the CSS size it down to fit into the available space. And this is one of those situations where you may want to do that. And this is what we've done with the default template anyways, is the image here is actually a lot larger than what you see. The reason being is you can reuse that image in the product details page. You can just use one image, so it only has to be downloaded once. But you can have a large version in the product details and just let the thumb box here in the CSS, sort of resize that image down for you in the catalog page. Okay, I've yapped enough. Let's get in and let's update this, shall we? I'm going to pop right into Dreamweaver. First things first, grab my picture folder. Here's my catalog. There's the replacement image. You can see it's right there. So I'm just going to move that out of view. I'll update this first pic. Just double click. And the size of the image I'm using is 400 by 400. I'm going to drag my new image into my select image source window. Automatically updates. I click OK. Boom. I'm done. Okay, that's the picture changed right there. Product name. This is a fairly straightforward one right here. But what I'm going to suggest is actually, let's do this in the design window. Let's just click in this area here and flip it over to the code view. I said design window, I meant code view. The reason being, there's some things in here that are just a little bit easier to update in the HTML or the code window. And the first thing is the product details page. Remember we talked about this right here. You'd have to create a copy of the details page for this particular product. Well, what you would do is just copy paste and then just give it a name that's easily identifiable. Product, and I'm going to replace the word details, so product hyphen shoe1.htm. Okay, and I'm doing this for a reason. I'm naming it, I'm keeping the word product and the hyphen, and I'm just putting in where it said details, I'm replacing the word details with the word shoe1. Now this could be the name of your product or whatnot, but I'm kind of a lazy guy and I like to keep things organized at the same time. So right here in the page where it says product details, I don't have to go and try and copy and paste the whole link and whatnot. All I have to do is double click on the word details, type in shoe1, and same thing down here, shoe1, And that's it. I'm done. I've actually updated the link for the add to cart or the click here for details, which would be when I hover over add to cart, click here for details. I've updated that link already just by using a simple naming format. Right? Now, if I don't want that link, easy enough. See the div class right here of cat cart and cat details? Yeah, just select the entire div container, delete it. Put your cursor there, grab the entire div container and delete it. That's how, if you don't want those links, that's how to get rid of it. So that's sort of like why I wanted to go to the HTML view, because you'll need to do that at some point anyways if you want to update the links or get rid of them. Okay, now with that said, right down below here, we have our form target PayPal. In this version of Dreamweaver, it shows up in a nice yellow formatting, so we can easily see the entire form. See how it starts with form and ends with form? We're going to replace that with the code generated from the PayPal button site. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to go, and I've provided a link in the tutorials, or anyways, linking you to PayPal. So what we're going to do is just simply choose a button. I'm going to use a buy now button, and this is pretty self-explanatory stuff, and you can play around with this all you want. I'm just going to go through and just fill in some information here so I can show you where to copy the form code from and where to paste it into. So I'll put this on pause for a sec while I go and do that. Okay, so I've just filled in some information. I've created a little drop down here anyways. I mean, if I don't need it, I can just unselect it like so. Boom, there it is right there. I'll just pop it in there just for fun. I filled in some other information. You can go through and inventory and advanced features, but for now I'll just hit the create button and hope that goes through. Yep, there it is. Okay, so I hit down here's my button code, my form, and this is what the button will look like right here. So I hit the select code and I copy. Right, then I go back to my Dreamweaver, and right here, this form right here, what I can do is I can just double click or click on the first word form, go down to the quick tag selector down here and select the entire form. I can delete on the keyboard, and then I can immediately paste, Control V, to paste in the new form that I copied over from the PayPal site. And just to keep things tidy, I'm going to hit the tab key and just line things back up. And that's it, I'm done. I've just replaced the default boring button with my actual information. Now, while we're here, scroll on down after you've updated your PayPal button. Now here's the was, and there's the 99 bucks, and here's the sale, and here's the 69 bucks. If we recall from our page, was 99, sale 69. If you don't want the was 99, let's get rid of that span because it's formatted to have the price with a slash through it, and let's just stick with the sale, or you can change the word sale to price, whatever's going to work for you. But see the price 1 here, this div class of price 1? If you don't want that, get rid of it. Then change the word sale to whatever price if you want, and then just change the number 69 to the actual dollar figure. Same with, the was 99, change that price to whatever you want it to be. And that's it, you're done. You've updated one entire product, and now you're ready to sell that product. The next thing I would do right after updating that is I go through and finish the rest of my catalog. Before I did that, I should have said I would create as many copies of the product details page as I needed. So if I was going to use one product details page for each item in the catalog, I would go ahead and do those ahead of time, so it makes linking to those product details page a lot faster. Updating the product details page, we'll cover that in another video, but creating them ahead of time, that'll save you a little bit of time in updating the catalog page.